Hey, beautiful people. Thanks for joining me. So do you consider yourself a giver? Somebody with pretty high empathy for others? Someone that others can go to? But do you ever feel drained, worn out, or taken advantage of? Well, then this topic's for you. I'm Sage, I'm a growth coach, and the topic today is empathy without boundaries is self-destruction. So why do you need boundaries with empathy? Well, first, we better talk about what the definition of empathy is. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It didn't say leach those feelings into yourself or suck them in like a sponge. It said to understand and share the feelings of another. Now, how do you think people become more empathetic people? Well, I've done a lot of reading on this. I consider myself highly empathetic. And I believe it is because empathetic people have already experienced a lot in life. We've gone through a lot. We have had some tough things we've had to deal with, been through some traumas, some tough pain, and that makes us able to identify that kind of pain in others. And why do empathetic people need boundaries? Well, there are a lot of takers in this world, a lot of takers. Lots of people who don't want to do any of the work of healing themselves. Lots of people who need attention to constantly fill some hole right here that was made way back in their childhood and that they have not learned to heal yet. Okay, a lot of those type of people. And it is not our job to heal or fix others. I believe it is our job to heal and fix ourselves. I believe we're in Earth School right now. And that's a big point to Earth School is growing into the best version of yourself. And then in that process, sharing love and compassion with the others around us to help them do the same. So if we are constantly focusing on others and their needs, our needs keep moving down the priority list, right? This will hurt us down the road. A lot of us, especially I kind of think my generation, but I think a lot of people feel like putting themselves up at the number one spot on the priority list is in some way selfish or rude or conceited. It's not. And I'm still learning that. Still growing that area. I'll get these moments where I'm like, well, I'll do everything for everyone else first. And maybe after I get these 75 things done on this list, I'll take care of myself. And then I'm like, good, no wonder why I feel so bad, right? Because we've got to move ourselves up the priority list. So here's a quote for you. And this is a great one. So hold on here. Boundaries are a prerequisite for compassion and empathy. We can't connect with someone unless we are clear about where we end and they begin. If there is no autonomy between people, then there is no compassion or empathy, just enmeshment. That's by Brene Brown. And that's from her new book, Atlas of the Heart. I would show it to you, but I read it on my Kindle. It's a good book. It really makes you think about emotions and, ones that you may struggle with or that you could work on. So she's just telling you boundaries are super important. So a question to ask you, is there someone in your life that's constantly looking to you for empathy? Do you feel like that relationship's healthy and that there is autonomy and reciprocation? Or do you feel like you're always giving? So 3 ways to assure that you've actually set some boundaries. First off, number 1, move yourself up the list, okay? You got to prioritize yourself and your wellness first. This is not selfish. The people below you on your priority list, they want the best version of you if you're going to be there for them. They don't want worn out, burnout, multitasking, rundown sage. They want healthy, rested, centered, take care of myself sage to be their listening ear, right? So the second way to assure you've set boundaries is communication. Only pick up your phone when it's a good time for you. Just because Susie Ann over here is having the world's biggest problem and you're trying to finish your workout so that you can take care of your own wellness, Susie Ann can wait 17 minutes and you can get a breath in before you dial her back and hear all the world's problems. And also be very clear with your communication on how much time and support you're willing to give. It's okay to say, I would love to hear about this, but I'm right in the middle of cooking dinner. Can I call you back at 8 p.m. tonight and you can tell me the whole story? That's fine to do. And the third is more communication. Keep reminding people of your limits and boundaries, especially if these people have been in your life a long time and you're just learning boundaries, because they're going to be like, oh, well, I could just always call you whenever before. Yeah, well, I'm learning to take care of myself. So this is how it's going to be from here on out. And I'll just keep reminding you until we both work it out together, right? Remember, empathy without boundaries is self-destruction. So how can you protect your own well-being by setting better boundaries right now? Grow with me. Love ya.